My guest today has blessed us with a catalog of soulful music full of truth, consciousness, and self awareness. You can close your eyes, and his voice is so recognizable, you know who it is. He's celebrating 20 plus years of being a living legend of R&B and soul music. Welcome to the show, Lyfe Jennings. How are you today?
All is well, all is well. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. The Hybrid Soul is your destination for music and culture discovery. And we have been discovering more and more about you, Life, just through the years with your music. And I wanted to ask you just when you hear that you're celebrating 20 plus years of music, how does that feel?
Um, it don't feel like 20 years. It seemed like,
Yeah.
just yesterday, the first couple records was coming out. But, I've also feel blessed because I know some people can't be around for 2 years, let alone 20. So,
Hmm.
you know, yeah.
Yeah. You've been putting out some great music, and I want to start back because I love starting from your classic song, Must Be Nice. You've
Mhm.
blessed us with a reimaginable version of it now, AOU. But I want to start back
Mhm.
when you put that song together 20 some years ago. Did you know that it was going to be a classic and people still rocking out with it now?
Um, I mean, we all have our hopes, but at that time, like when I write music, I don't write in terms of, oh, it's going to be a big classic radio thing. I just write it in terms of is helping somebody through a situation that's likened to mine at that time. So,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. When you put together this new version, the AOU, I want to talk about you coming up with that acronym. Did you feel like you needed to do that? Because I know when you get on stage now, it's like you don't have to even sing that song. The crowd sings it for you. Putting out this
Yeah.
new version, what was the inspiration of putting that out, AOU?
I mean, I think it's a couple different things. I think one of the things is I definitely wanted to own a part of my own legacy. The labels, they pretty much own the masters to the original. So I wanted to do something, that I could own, that my kids could own after me. And then also, it's been so long. Um, and I wanted people to be able to view where they were at the time when it first came out and where their lives are now. If there's some things that they need to be changed, then that's cool. If it's a lot of things that's working that don't need to be changed, then that's cool too, because you can, use thankfulness for these times.
Yeah, yeah. Your career and your journey has spanned upon decades. Um, Being a passenger and kind of watching so much going on, what are some things that you've taken on just being an artist when TikTok and all the media platform was not out? Like, how have you embraced it? Or did you want to embrace it? Has it been cool? How's your journey been with that?
Uh, I mean, with anything that come out, it's probably I guess a a evil part of it, so to speak, and it's
Hmm.
also a part of it that's a blessing. I just try to focus on the blessing parts of it, um, and I just try to the parts that are not so good, even that's good to know because those are the things I can stay away from. So I
Yeah.
kind of use the social media stuff as being able to reach out to more people at once, but I try to stay away from all of the opinions and the gossip that seem to find on there.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
keep it to the music that you continue to do. Um, putting this new music together. How has it been? What's different about putting this new music together versus when you were putting out your other albums? I Still Believe in Life Change. All of those. What's different? What's the growth been?
Well, the first of all, the difference is I'm kind of seeing now I got to put out more music because people attention spans are shorter. Like it used to be, you put out a song and that song would last a couple years for real.
Yeah,
I didn't put out albums, but every 2 years. Now I feel like I got to put out more. I think the growth has been for me is that I've always been one to get to the point soon, but now I'm just trying to use less words to get to the point because again, people the time that they have to be able to focus on something complicated might be the difference between them even listening to the song at all. Yeah.
Is your process different in the studio now?
No, actually, it's not. I mean, the only
Yeah.
thing that would be different about it is I might look at something and try to simplify it more. But for the most part, I go down there with nothing on no paper, with no nothing. I just go down there and just let it do whatever it's gonna do.
Yeah. I want to talk about you have the acronym AOU, Artist Own Umbrella. How did
Yeah.
that come together? Let's talk about that because that's a strong acronym.
Yeah, when you first get into the game, of course, you're just happy to be here. And it is something to be said, about even the labels help. That's a great thing. But as you move further on, you start to realize that the money is not divvied up, what you would term equal. Um, and so a lot of artists find themselves later on in their careers not able to support themselves because they may not be doing as many shows and they definitely not getting the publishing money that's coming from the song. So I
Mhm.
started AOU as a tag so artists can take that song that they, made a lot of money for other people off of and they can re-record it and just put that tag on it, AOU, so that the fans know that when I stream the AOU version of this song, this money is going directly to the artist and also, just for everybody listening, the AOU is not something that costs anybody anything. I just created that tag. You don't pay any money by putting it on there. The only thing it is like a directory for your true fans that want to support you to know where they can, in fact, support you.
Yeah, I always when I read different stuff, just you putting out this music, you've never left. Your music
Mhm.
has stayed. It's still here. We have so much catalog that we can go back. I would love to know going out on the road because you're outside doing shows, blessing everybody with your music. How is that touring experience with your fans now? Because you're gaining more fans that weren't even born and they love, a lot of people love this, the kids love R&B music. How has your experience been touching and connecting with your fans on tour?
I think that that's one of the most things that I enjoy. It's going out being with the people because, like you say, it's just amazing that you still capture new fans even 20 years later, like
Yeah.
more diversity is coming to the shows, younger and younger people coming to the shows. But I think that that's in line with people are getting just tired of the violence and the sexual exploitation that's going on in the music. And it's not really a place that you can just really chill and get something from the music.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're from Toledo, Ohio. I'm from Flint, Michigan. So I
Oh,
know
that's what's up.
know
Mhm.
where you come from. When you go back home, what is that feeling like? Because you're one of the legends. When they look at who's from Toledo, your name is right up there. Like, how does that feel being apart from the Midwest, Toledo, Ohio, and still putting out doing stuff for the world?
I mean, it's love, and when I go back home, I definitely get a lot of love and I try to rep everywhere I go, because sometimes people get I don't know, they get typecasted. So I don't want to be the one from Toledo that's out here cutting up and then somebody else from Toledo goes somewhere and they were like, nah, I heard about y'all cats from Toledo, man. So
Right.
yeah, I take it in stride for sure. It's not taken lightly.
Right.
Mhm.
When you look at R&B music, there's a lot of artists out there. Are there any artists out there that you like and would love to do something with? Because you have a great history working with artists like Amina Butterfly, and the list goes on. But are there other people like who are up and coming that you would like to work with, or they could work with you?
Yeah, I definitely want to work with some new cats. Just anybody that's putting out good music, at least that I would term that I could be helpful to. I get a lot of people that hear me like, hey, I want to feature, I want this, I want to feature on that. But when I listen to it, I just don't feel like I can add anything to it.
Hmm.
Not that I'm judging, because everybody has their own thing that they like.
Yeah.
But for me, I do something with anybody as long as I can add something to it.
Yeah, I love. In addition to you putting out great music, I'm loving your visuals. Um,
Thank you.
the present. I watched that a couple of times. Like it's really deep. I really like that. I like what it just says. Um, Adding to just being an artist, what else do you like to do as far as when it comes to the creative project a process? Because you direct it or you came up with a concept for the present?
Yeah, my last couple videos, I came up with the concept for it. So
Yeah.
the Must Be Nice video, I did that with my team. The present video, I did that with my team. There's a couple other videos that I did with my team. I'm really into shooting movies, like the visual part of
Hmm.
it now, because I'm creative. So naturally, I want to be in control of the visual aspect, not just the musical aspect. And
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. Like I've shot my first movie, and it's very tedious, but again, it's something I could see doing with, the next part of my life.
I see you as far as putting these videos together, singing a businessman, merchandising. Did you ever expect like being an artist, like all this opportunity happened when you first started out?
Um, I mean, not consciously, step by step.
Yeah.
I always looked at, of course, the end goal is freedom, and it just so happened that on this earth right here is that freedom is hand in hand with being successful business wise, getting a little paper.
Talk about your merchandising, like the hoodies and stuff. I would love like share. They're available. What made you
Mhm.
want to add that to your repertoire?
Well, me personally, like I read a lot and listen to lectures and stuff like that. But I find myself going through my day, and as my attitudes or different things arise, I tend to forget. You forget what you learn real fast when you're in the
Yeah.
midst of it. So I thought like, well, wow, if I had clothing and I had just like a message, a pictorial message on the clothing that would help keep me in the space that I want to be in. So that, came up with the brand repetition. So repetition, of course, is just the elephant that's usually tied to the tree. And as he gets older, he's still tied with this same little rope. And he doesn't realize that he can get away now. And that's a lot of us in our life. We tied to old things that no longer should be able to bind us, but we allow them to because we just assume this is how it always has been, so this is how it always will be.
Yeah.
So that's the line. And we launching this whole movement is called intellectual fashions, right? Say smart never goes out of style, but dumb does.
Word.
So we launching the
Word.
next part of it, which is so we got repetition, and now we're launching which is ER. And it's just really geared towards the kids because, what you term as smart, you can be smarter. What you term as rich, you can be richer. You can be, everything. We just
Yeah.
the bigger part of the picture. Er,
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
talk about your music, touring, your merchandise, and you're also an
Mhm.
author, children's books. I love that.
Yes.
Adventures of
Yes.
Life.
Yes.
Let's talk about how did the idea come about, and just the blessing that is like putting that book out and what that book is about.
Yeah, it's just all purpose. Everything that I do, I just want it to be, I want my legacy to be purposeful. The children book series came about just because I don't feel like kids are reading no more. They watching so much on their phones. They even, like even me, I listen to lectures and I have to remind myself that it is a power in reading. You get vocabulary from that. You increase your focus doing stuff like that, and it's different from just listening. You know.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I came out with this 3 book series in which I'm gonna add a book to it every year. So this year it'll be a 4 book series going on. I donate a lot of them to schools. A lot of schools purchase them. So hey, I'm on the thing over here.
I
And
love it.
yeah, and that's just where the children book series come from.
Yeah, I love that. And I want to circle back before I let you go with the music. Um,
Mhm.
your last project was we had the 6 pack EP. What can we look forward to? And I know you've been putting out some singles, but that next full body of work, is it in motion? What we doing? Because we need it.
Yeah, we working right now. Before March, I'm gonna drop like a double EP.
Okay.
Uh, I'm gonna do 6 songs, rap, 6 songs, music. And even though I don't really feel like I'm a rapper, I just feel like that it's a vehicle to be able to reach these kids or really reach anybody that need to hear it that likes that kind of genre of music. So of course I'm bringing Lyfe Jennings to it. It's not just average rap, you know. As far as the music is concerned, I'm really focusing on recutting a lot of my old stuff again so I can own it, mixed in with some new stuff. Because I think I'm reaching a point in my career. It's people are really they don't necessarily want to hear too much new music. You know what I'm saying? They fell in love. They have memories. These are roadmaps to points in their life, and that's what they fond of. So I definitely want to give them more remakes of that kind of music, but I still want to slip new stuff in too.
Are you enjoying it still?
Love it, love
Yeah.
it. I was just telling my guy the other day, this is definitely what I love to do, man. And I feel like that people such as myself in this genre, you got to keep on loving it because they're not making anything like this anymore. The new R&B is that new, and I don't feel like 20 years from now that the new R&B is going to be stuff that people going to refer back to.
Yeah.
So we really got to push it as long as we can. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes.
Well, is there anything else that we should be looking out for? Because you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot, and we love that you
Yes.
here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, like I say, I'm shot my first movie, so I won't get into too much into that, but just be looking for, the directorial debut and also my new pedestal, Yadeno, that I'm dropping later on this year. And we so used to seeing artists that's filmed, but we never see it from the artist POV. So I have a site, it's called Yadeno, which is 1 day backwards. It's Yadeno spelled backwards, of 1 day, and you'll be able to see an artist whole day from their POV. We got little copywritten cameras that we put on them, and you better see them interacting with other artists, whether it's an award show, the after party, or whatever. And you better go on there and find your artist, and you be able to purchase their day. Maybe some as low as $5 or up to $30 to purchase their day, and you get to watch it from their own point of view. And again, that's called Yadeno. It's at yadeno.com. We launching later on this year, so look
I
for it.
love that producing. That's
Mhm.
beautiful. Well, Lyfe
Mhm.
Jennings, I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you just for your contribution to music, not only R&B music, just music, period, because you matter. You are a legend, a living legend, and just keep
Thank
on
you.
doing what you're doing. And I look forward just to more of you, and so we can play you on the Hybrid Soul.
That's what's up, and I appreciate the love and all the support, man. We hope to see y'all real soon.
Absolutely, absolutely. My guest today is Lyfe Jennings.
Peace.